I
Ah,
still haven't gotten it down, Jean. The Zoom thing.
no.
Hello.
Hi, Elena. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you? It's
I'm
nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too. I'm great. Thank you. This is really exciting. Thanks for joining me. So, you're Elena Kampouris. Am I saying it right?
I got you covered. We'll do a little Greek lesson, okay, Jean? So it is the proper Greek pronunciation, which I would have to tell you is because my father would not be happy if I didn't teach it the right way, is replace the P with a B sound. So Kamboris.
Kampouris. Okay.
Kamboris. So now
Elena.
you know a little Greek, and it's the meaning is hunchback.
Okay.
Very nice. We're all a bunch of hunchbacks from Greece. Yeah.
So you're playing Chloe Sampson, one of the main characters in Netflix new show Jupiter's Legacy. How are you feeling close to the show release? I mean, Mark, the producer of the show, described it as a mix of Avengers and The Godfather too. So I have no doubt this could be a huge hit.
Oh my gosh. Well, I hope there's we're all excited for the release coming. I mean, I think it's like a month or so away, May 7th, mark your calendar.
Yeah.
But the superhero genre is very fun. I don't know about you, Jean. Are you into these kind of shows and movies? Like, do you like the superhero field? Like, do you have any favorites?
Not so much, but I'm working on it.
Okay, we'll turn you around. You watch the show. You gotta promise me you'll watch it, and hopefully you'll come to our side. I hope that audiences are gonna like it though, because again, Mark Miller, the genius who created this comic, there's a fan base behind it. The characters are very distinct. I do believe we have stayed true to the DNA of this story, but we've also given it some unique, like some fresh, like plot twists that I think hopefully will take people by surprise. They won't see coming, even if you've read the comics. But I think you could be familiar with the comics, or not even be familiar, or not even be a superhero, like a aficionado, and get into this show. I hope. I personally, I don't know if you were into comic books as a kid. I was too busy having tea parties, but I did love like the movies, like Kingsman and all of those, and Kick Butt and all of that. So even though I'm not an expert in this zone, there's fun to be had, and I appreciate it.
Yeah. So it's a show about two generations of superheroes. There are the ones that have founded the Union of Justice and their kids. So it's also a show about family. How can you describe Chloe? What are powers, struggles, story?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so I'm gonna try and give the lowdown of Chloe and her powers. Again, not like a comic book. Like I'm not very like well read in this zone, but I'm gonna get it right. Chloe is a very powerful superhero. Her powers are, she's got a supersonic scream. Yes, she has super strength. That's an important one. That's a kind of a given with the superheroes. She can fly. She can fly. That's also very good. And I'm forgetting one. No, wait a second. She has super speed. She has super speed. She's full of mysteries. Jean. She's got all these powers. She's very she's quite tethered to her powers through her emotions. So she's very like sassy and fierce. And if you cross Chloe, if you get on her bedside, you never know what she's gonna do. She's quite unpredictable because she feels things in such a heightened way. Her reactions can be quite heightened and can be explosive. You never know what's quite going to come out, what she's going to say or do or whatever. That's what makes her so fun to play. And I think why I was so intrigued by her when reading the material and books and whatnot. So she's known as like the rebellious one of the family, but there's so much more to her. She's multi-layered. She's got a lot of guilt and pain. She's kind of self-destructive, but she's so loyal and she's so passionate. And this whole show is just dripping with pathos, if I could put it simply.
And because of her story, do you think that your character might be the one that the audience will identify to the most? Dealing with parent expectations, feeling trapped by them. It's a real life topic.
I think you're spot on, Jean. You've got the theme. You're right on. You've nailed on the head. The big theme of this show is like family dynamics and dysfunction, and it goes. we've got the suits and the capes and the disguises, but it goes beneath, like what's underneath it? What are the trappings or what are the, vices of these seemingly perfect individuals, which I love because that's relatable. It's universal storytelling. I've been saying this before, like you could be on any side of the globe and you will find something you respond to or hopefully will resonate with you in the show, or there's a character you'll identify with, whether it's Chloe, I hope it's Chloe, but whether it's anybody. There's so many, the characters are so rich. We've got wonderful actors bringing them to life. So I hope that people will respond to there's so much, there's many themes. It's a whole bundle of themes.
Yeah, and besides the family story, what's making Jupiter's Legacy unique, fresh, and different from any other show or superheroes movies we've seen so far?
What is gonna make this show special and unique? What's it gonna be that's gonna make Jean Grenson love the superhero genre? I think the thing that it has is it's got a combination of, okay, we've got a little bit of Game of Thrones, the scale of Game of Thrones.
I love
the juicy. Okay, there we go. I'm getting there. I'm chipping away. We've got some comedy, like akin to The Incredibles. Okay, superhero, I know, but it's animated. It's who doesn't love Incredibles?
Yeah.
We've also got some like political intrigue, power struggles, loyalty, and like the juiciness of The Sopranos. So we've got a lot of different kind of notes we hit in this symphony of superhero. But then again, so it's kind of got those things, but it's got its own thing. It looks at the kryptonite of superheroes, because we've seen there are many. It's a very saturated genre, but this one I do think is unique. It's also quite Shakespearean, which I don't know about you, Jean. Do you like Shakespeare, and do you have a particular favorite?
Not really.
I gotta work on that too. We will get there. I think I personally like to read things through a Shakespearean lens. Okay, whenever I read material, books, anything, I'm like, where's the parallel? And so when I read this, I was like, oh shoot, we are chock full of some Shakespeare. And I feel like if there's Shakespearean qualities, that is a sign that this is good material. This is something that's gonna stick, because Shakespeare is still relevant, is still compelling even to this day. And that's something special. I don't know.
And as an actress, how have you trained yourself to play a superhero? Because, I mean, you've got to be really careful with that kind of role, because you can look very silly or like a real kick-ass. It's like there's no middle ground.
You're right. There's either you look like a joke or are you killing it? I'm hoping that I'm going to kill it, because let me tell you, we had like a month or so of training before the show started, like filming, and thank goodness for stunt team Jean, because they are the ones that help you look like you got your act together. They're like, oh, that's how you're going to roll. That's how you're going to tumble. No. Come. This is how you do it. You tuck the neck and roll. So there's like all these tricks and things like, no, that's not how you throw a punch. Your thumb has to be like under the fingers, I think. Yes, no. Look at this, I'm a mess. So they're the ones responsible for helping you look, like you're a legitimate superhero. They teach you the right way to launch into flight while you're in the harness. To make sure that looks good too. Because let me tell you, in the beginning, I was flailing around in that harness. I was, trying to throw punches. Like I had the kind of power behind it. Like I had the aggression. I was like, that was fun. But you have to fine tune it and tweak it. Yeah. And so we have a lot of training leading up to it. A lot of different martial arts, which I loved. Again, Filipino martial arts, wushu, Krav Maga, different parkour, all these different kinds that prepare you for the day. Then you get there on the day and you're just like, I forget it all. No, you hope not to. But the stunt team is there supporting you through the whole journey. And they're there watching the monitor saying, come on, where have you been sleeping this whole time? Tuck the neck. So I'm sorry, I'm getting on a long-winded answer, but essentially we're hoping that we look believable.
And another difficulty is that, and you talked a bit about it before, is that the show is actually based on the graphic novels by Frank Reitly and Mark Miller. Adapting books to screen, yeah.
No, read me, please. You will like it.
Adapting books to screen. This looks good.
Spoilers.
I might read one. Yeah, I was saying adapting books to screen is always a risk. because I mean the fan base is already here, so they can be surprised or disappointed. What can you say to the fans who read the books? Is the show really loyal to the story, but surprising as well, or will it be completely different?
Well, what's great is even on the Twitter sphere, I've kind of already been, well, I've been meeting a little bit like cyber connecting with some of the fans, and the enthusiasm is wonderful. I'm like, oh, we're almost there. It's a month away. We're feeling the anticipation, Jean. It is palpable. So I'm anticipating. I'm hoping, again, I keep saying hope. I'm full of hope. I'm brimming with it. That people are gonna like the heart and soul we put into this, because we shot this back in 2019, and there is a large fan base. People are very much, even when I read a book, or when I read a book, when I'm connected to a certain story and you imagine in your mind, or there's actual like lovely illustrations like Frank Quietly's, you kind of get an attachment. There's a way you see it in your head, and there's a bit of like, okay, I want to see how they do it. So I get that completely. I am the same way. So I'm just like, well, we gave it our all. That's the best we can do. I sincerely hope that you guys enjoy what we had. There's a lot of twists, as I said. I think we've got the integrity of the story, the core of it, the skeletal structure is strong and meaty, but we've added some surprises and some awesome cliffhangers and twists. And there's just a lot of cool things sprinkled throughout. We'll see.
Really good. This sounds really good.
Jean, I'm gonna be waiting for that review. I'll be waiting.
Thank you. So here comes the last question. It's like a tradition on the show. I'm asking this one to every guest because the answer is always different and their faces are priceless. Always.
Oh, God.
So in your life, you did a couple of interviews, especially right now. But if you could be a journalist and interview yourself, what question would you ask?
If I could be a journalist and ask myself a question.
Interview yourself. What question?
But this is like, I feel like we're doing like, this is an Inception kind of thing, like a question with a question, because I know I would know myself. This is very existential and philosophical, Jean. And I know you're a student of journalism. I must pose this to you first. What would you ask yourself, Jean? Oh, shoot, the table's turned.
You know what? The fun thing is, I knew you were going to ask me this. I don't know why. I just felt it.
So you have a superpower then. You have mind reading.
I think
this is why you don't watch the genre. You are the genre.
No, I think I will probably ask myself, where do I see myself in 5 years? And the answer will be probably somewhere in Vancouver and working for super cool media.
I love that. Wait, have you been to Vancouver?
No. Oh yeah, not yet.
I've shot Sacred Lives in Vancouver and a few other projects, and that is a beautiful place. You picked up. You have a good taste, Jean. It is beautiful mountains. The weather is cold, so bring a coat. But I love that for you. It's lovely, lovely place. I used to call it Vancouver. We shot this show in Toronto.
Yeah.
But look, I digress. I don't know what question I would ask myself. I would ask Elena, do you have your act together yet? And I would hopefully answer back, yes, I do.